Welcome to Leadership Energetics. So today I have a mentorship call and a client call, somebody that I'm coaching this afternoon. I just went out for a walk, did a little bit of a meditation, and just listened to this incredible podcast. And then I thought I'm going to film a quick video for you. So when it comes to leadership energetics, the biggest thing is remembering every single moment of the day that leadership is about being in control of the energy. Because when you aren't in control of your energy or other people's energies, by being aware, conscious, and focused, there is an accident that's prone to happen. Because things that are unmanaged are unpredictable. Now, that's not about controlling everything and micromanaging everything, but it's about being aware that we live in an energetic world. So literally everything that we do is an energy exchange, and that means every single time that you feel something, it is expressed through a tone, an attitude, a vibration which transcends what you say. It is how you say. It is so insane because I remember when we were children, right, and we were growing up, and our parents would say to us, like, what's your tone? And we never really understood what they meant. We just thought they were just being like, oh my god, you're just being annoying, you're just making me just say the words just perfectly. But it's like now that we're older and we understand what the word even tone means, maybe you don't, and maybe you'll understand after this podcast. Now that we understand what the word tone even means, it creates a level of clarity, and it does make us feel so much more understanding that the intention of what we're saying is the tone, right? Like, it comes across in the way we express what we're saying, and that's the power of being conscious and aware of your communication styles and the messages. Everything you choose to do is sending in each moment. The thing is, you being very deeply connected to how you feel is the secret. It sounds simple, but it really, really is so powerful. When you connect to how you feel and you really realize that your feeling is the secret to powerful influence, leadership, and connections, you realize it's all about the feeling. People buy things because they feel like they want to buy something, or because they think they should. They go for the thing that they feel connected to, the energy of the product, the energy of the person. So when you understand that it's all about a feeling game, you start to really understand that it's taking your time, and emotional regulation is the name of the game. You want to move at your own pace because that's divinity, and you want to also know where your nervous system is, your pulse. You want to be conscious, aware of your emotional regulation, your temperance, all of these things in a little box of being aware of your own energy. Because when you're aware of the energy you're bringing, you're aware of the value you bring, you're able to intentionally communicate clearly what it is that you're bringing to the table. When people say that communicate your value, it's not like tell them a list of all the incredible things that you have. It means communication isn't just what you say, it's what your body language says, it's what your tone says, it's what your attitude and what your inner thoughts are thinking, which expresses in your energy, in the way you look, in the way you glance, in your eyes. So communication is just send the message in some shape or form of your value. And that's a really, really powerful thing. Because when you realize it's not about constantly being perfect and figuring out this correct way of being formula, it's about finding your way, your spiritual, authentic expression as a leader. And then realizing it's just then mastering the communication of that so that you can get your point and your message across effectively and accurately. And everyone you meet is going to need you to learn how to send the message in the way that they receive it. So that's the thing. Leadership energetics should be something all leaders know, because energetics rules the game. Literally. Because energetics is the understanding that the embodiment of your energy, where your energy focus is, your state of mind, is literally creating your reality in each moment. There is no question about it. It is creating your reality. And that's because we live in a vibrational frequency, energetic world. But when we are very heavy with a lot of like alcohol, a lot of heavy fast foods, a lot of things that clog our system, our body, it can be very hard to be aware of this obvious truth that is so obvious to us once we have been eating clean, have been exercising, or maybe not even those things, but just meditating and doing breath work, things that clean our system and help us clear our thoughts so that we can still the mind. We then become aware of how powerful each thought is. But when it's all muddy and we're just having a lot of thoughts and we're eating fast food, we're not really so aware of how much impact each thought is having, because it's all kind of just like all over the place. But when we like harness our energy, we become more empowered of our ability to create our reality. I'm just having a cherry here. I'm just gonna eat this whilst I talk to you. Okay, so I just had some cherry. I paused it because I was like, I don't want you to just sit here and watch me chew. So here's the thing: when it comes to just leadership in general, it is being consciously aware that you are sending a message in each moment with everything that you do. And there's something that my friend, she's also into the energetics, and she told me this. And when she told me this, it was like it just made sense. It just clicked, it just encoded. She looked at me and she said, Scarlett, we all, when you're dancing with someone, when you're in a room with people, you're not really dancing with them, with their human self. You're dancing with their spirit. Our spirits are all communicating with each other. And that to me was so fascinating, because finally I was like, oh, okay, so we are all our spirit is what's dancing with another. Our spirit is what's communicating. Our spirit is what's creating the business product, is selling people on the influence. So if your spirit is the thing that's going to completely really be the core of what you're really presenting, that means your emotions, your thoughts, these are things that are there to support your spirit. And it's just like, how do you describe what your spirit is? And I think a lot of people ask me this question. I'm going to really do my best to describe this to you now. But our spirit, I believe, is when we're running, for example, we're doing exercise and there's no thoughts. We're like pushing past like a moment of discomfort, and there's no thoughts in our head. There's only the emotion and sensation we're experiencing in that moment and the awareness of it. Our spirit would be the thing that energy that's pushing forward, that energy that doesn't need thoughts, doesn't need emotions. It is the thing that is eternal. It is the thing that you look at someone's eyes and you see their essence, and it's just unique to them. And it's like their energetic blueprint and imprint. Our spirit is it's the essence of us that is just beyond thought and beyond. It's the essence of us that can just you don't even need words. Sometimes you're just looking into someone's eyes and you just know what they're thinking. That's the spirit, right? Like it's beyond the human self. It's beyond the need for actual verbal words, beyond the primal aspect of us. It is the part of us that I truly believe will go with us beyond this life. It's the part of us that I do believe is connected to our past lives, whether you believe in them. So that to me is our spirit. And that's why I say it's about finding your way of leading, your spirit of leadership, because when you connect to your unique blueprint, how you were created, and what moves and structures and systems work for your spirit so that you can thrive. Because some spirits, they need a soft life because that's what makes them thrive and makes them happy, and it's just connected to who they are at their core. But some spirit, like me, they're just like, they love adrenaline, they love action, they have a lot of energy, they have a lot of passion and vitality. They need to feel like they're constantly growing and evolving. So that is about knowing your way of leadership. So my systems and strategy would be different to somebody who thrives in a soft life, and that's where their brain functions 24 really well, and where their emotions are at ease in their nervous system. I think your spirit as well from like your temperance. If you're able to feel your pulse and you're able to like not lose your temperance by being able to not overexpress or underexpress, by being connected to your heartbeat and your pulse, and realizing how that is in each moment, that will give you a guidance on how to know like your actual rhythm of like how you tend to respond to things and your temperance. And that doesn't mean you have to just be reactive. It means you have the awareness of what's actually happening in your system, and that will help you understand a little bit more about your spirit, the way you work, the way you think, your values, who you are. So simple but so powerful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the video soon, and then I will see you soon. I'm really enjoying this video. It's a very, very good one. But essentially, leadership is something that is innately spiritual and energetic. Entrepreneurship is a spiritual evolution journey. And I think even for the people who aren't spiritual, they're still going to be spiritually evolving. That is just the nature of this reality. The spirituality would be everything that you experience when you close your eyes. Like everything you see with your eyes would be the physical manifestation of the spirit, of the spirituality of the individual. So we all are like seeing life through our own eyes. So when we close our eyes, the thing that we experience internally, that's reality. Everything else is just the expression of that, the mirrored echo of that. So when you start to live from your true internal experience, that's where you start to connect with people's souls, with people's spirits, because you're no longer meeting them at a shallow level. You're meeting them at their depths, sometimes deeper than they've met themselves. And that's where you can make true transformation as an entrepreneur and a coach. So yes, so coaching, it's going to really improve the coaching. Here's the thing, when it comes to leadership, the biggest thing that we tend to do is we tend to assume that it has to be something that you need to compete for. And because a lot of people think this way, a lot of leaders have felt like a push to be needing to be in that competitive state to really be in that position. But the truth is, when you realize that the name of the game truly is about the energy, and that's what's going to really truly influence positive outcomes and experiences, you realize the more focus you have on competition, the less focus you have on being aware of your point of attraction, the energy that you're bringing to the space. That's not to say competition, we should just erase it. It's just to say it is not such a big thing and a big deal as we make it out to be in leadership, because in leadership it's about teamwork. It's about we. It's not about just I. And so if you catch and see a leader going in I, they're not leading. They are controlling. They may be managing. Maybe those things, but they're not leading. So leadership is something that's about influence. It's about influencing people in a way, in order for them to be able to become their highest version, but doing it in a strategic, intelligent way. Leadership, there's not one way to do it, because there's not one person you're going to be leading. Every person's going to be unique. You are going to have to know who you're working with. That's why it's about the feeling. Your feeling is going to be your biggest guidance. That doesn't mean you need to listen to everything your feelings tell you, but it is that you need to listen to the information, the wisdom behind each feeling you have. So it could be information about yourself or about the other person, but ultimately that is wisdom and information that is important so that you can lead each individual effectively and really, really well. So, thank you for watching. I will like to see your opinions, your thoughts, and speak to you, so comment. And also like the video, because when you like the video, it shows me you enjoy it, and subscribe. So this is our video for today. I will see you very soon.